Hi, this is Margaret Hershey on The Move with Margaret, and this is a podcast where I interview women who inspire me, and it's just so wonderful to be mixing with such amazing women who are doing amazing things. So today we're in a very hot Durban. You can see the fans on us. The humidity is sky high. I'm not wearing my jacket because of that, but it's just a brilliant, brilliant day. And I'm here with Aldytha, who I met a while ago when you were doing makeup, and her company is called Make Up Your Mind, and don't women have to do that? So I just want to chat a little bit about makeup because I'm a great believer in it. Although I'm not good at it, I love it. At Hershey's, we did an experiment the one day. We put 4 cashiers in a row. We put makeup on one and we left the other 3 with washed faces. Do you know that every single customer that came there went to the one with makeup on?
Wow.
And they were prepared to wait in the queue rather than be served by the ladies who didn't have makeup on. Now, what was the philosophy behind that? My interpretation is that the philosophy behind that is the woman who puts her makeup on has pride in herself. And if she's got pride in herself, she's got pride in her work, and she's got pride in everything. And people like to be served by people who have pride in themselves, who they think are going to go the extra mile for them as they're going the extra mile for themselves. So Aldytha, welcome to the show, and I'm so happy to have you on here.
It's amazing to be here.
And we just want to talk, there's so many facets of you, the businesswoman, the makeup artist, all the different things. But let's talk about Aldytha growing up. Where did you grow up, and what was it like? Where did you go to school? Tell us all those things that we don't know.
Well, it's fabulous to be here. Thank you, Margaret. And I'm a Panton girl, born and bred. So that's a little town inland, Upper Highway area in KZN. And I was born into the most loving home, but very humble roots. And I'm proud of those roots because they really intrinsically knitted into who I am.
Right.
So always seeing at face value the opportunity, but then going after the heart. So that was birthed in my home. And as a young 4-year-old, the story goes, I would not leave the house without high heels and lipstick.
Oh, really?
True story. Plonking around off to our local shopping mall for my weekly outing. But I love this story. Because at age 50, nothing much has changed. And I'm so grateful that my folks allowed me to plonk around in high heels and lipstick. My aunt was horrified. She'd often rub my lipstick off with the tissue. I remember the feeling of that. But that just showed me, as I obviously evolved into the nature of my business, that's innately in me. From the youngest age was my very DNA, my destiny, my dreams. And I'm so grateful that I was able to step into that.
And live your dream.
100,000%.
It's just incredible.
So Panton girl, roots.
Yes, well, that's wonderful, and you're still in Durban today. So it's just wonderful that you're here and that you're here to help women. Because I think you know that for me, the best part of your whole career is the women that you've helped and how you've changed them and got them to get their confidence by doing the thing that you do. So tell us a bit, how did that evolve?
Yeah, so it's such a beautiful story, and first, I had to step out into my own identity, and that was the former 25, 30 years of my life, figuring this out.
Oh, really?
And through beautiful courses in modeling arena, through stepping into my makeup artistry, I had to dig deep because I was now in environments that were completely aesthetically outside
your comfort zone
focus, right? And then, of course, highlighting often my inadequacies, but having to transcend that, like my value, my worth, and then with the makeup brush in hand, starting to see the power that I held with every face, every transformation. I became addicted to that process. So my focus of my own dreams to model New York were limited at 5'6". But I'd soon then found this power, and that journey then navigated into my own makeup school and equipping other women.
And teaching other women and helping them to improve themselves, which is to me the greatest thing.
And I love what you said with your example of your your assistants. Because it's not a mask, it's war paint. And I always say to a lady, when she shows up in a moment, it changes how she shows up. And so your clients were feeding that. What a brilliant example of resonating, just seeing how she was showing up and being drawn to that.
And I also say to a lot of my girls, because we work on the floor with the public, which is it's a tough environment to be in. when you get up in the morning, put your war paint on, because you're going out, you're going into battle, and you're going to win this battle. So every day as you're doing that, that's what I think. And it's just incredible, because it changes your whole attitude about yourself.
Yes.
And then you can do this. And also people attack you personally.
Yes.
You have your war paint on, and with us we wear a uniform, and I always say that's your coat of armor. And don't let it penetrate into the real you. You just keep it out there, and you know that you're doing a job, and they're attacking the company, not you. So it's a multifaceted thing.
Certainly.
So tell us about when you get a lady sitting down there and she's a real plain Jane. Where do you start?
So the psychology of it is the next aspect, where you touch points. So it's such a privilege to engage into that space. And I think part of my success has been that I really do see beyond face value. And so I see the look in their eyes, where they're almost like shying away from this perception. And often they say, oh, well, my husband doesn't like this, or, you know, I deal with a lot of brides, they want to feel themselves. I hold space for that.
Yeah.
And then I comfortably just lead them into a journey. And I also say, you can wash this off. Don't, let's just
not a tattoo.
Trust me, let's go through the process.
Yeah.
And I think the way I touch them, the way I respect even them coming in barefaced, and then leading them into the next version of themselves, that process.
And when they see themselves, they just say, oh my goodness, is this me?
It's like that look on their face, Margaret. It's so beautiful to see. So it's a trust process, and like with any sphere of influence, I've earned that face by face by face, and I think that really sums it up for me. How you engage with someone. I'm not here to say this is what you're throwing my
do it. You
correct. I work with them and call them out and call them into the next best version of themselves. So
now, when you see somebody like me who doesn't put any makeup rules at all, with a black eyeliner and all that type of thing, do you think to yourself, oh my gosh, I wish you'd take that off, or I'd love to just sort you out, or something like that? Or do you just say, if it makes you happy, go for it?
Well, firstly, you keep saying that you don't know, you're undermining. I think you show up always looking absolutely sensational. So I have to say that in all the settings, Margaret. But secondly, I almost don't have that narrative. Eyebrows are a thing. When I see eyebrows that have been plastered on, I wish I could just take the lines or eyebrows are my thing. But I've also realized, and I quite love it. Like, you get your ladies from the 60s and the 70s with that eyeliner. That was the decade. That's when they felt they were in their moment. And whatever is going to empower a woman, of course, there's the finesse and the right tone. And I love giving the opportunity to just show them where it could go a little bit, contour, snatch and highlights. But I don't try and force a woman to completely disregard who she was. Now, that enhancing.
Tell me about eyelashes, because today everybody's got eyelashes. And I see you've got your natural eyelashes. I've got my natural eyelashes. I can't. My eyes water enough without putting eyelashes on. But today people are wearing these really thick or really heavy eyelashes. What do you think about that?
So again, more is more. And I think if someone is comfortable enough to push that, that's also fabulous. But the art of it is always where I land. So eyelashes can totally make your eye look smaller. If it's a hooded. So I also love just sharing how you can angle it, often cutting lashes, more winging it. It's all about the shape and dimensions. So and the context. So if you're going to arrive with that full face beat and you're walking into casual breakfast or on the beach, you look completely out of character. But in the right moment, those lashes, we can bring it. We can own it. But we're lashless today.
So let's talk about your makeup career now. You were always behind the scenes, putting the makeup on the ladies. And then when you turned 40, you entered Mrs. South Africa. And then you were out there showing the world what you had. Now, that must have taken a lot of courage and been quite a different mindset and a mind change.
Totally. Although it was the dream from the youngest age, that disqualification narrative that was over my life because of my height, my never quite fitting what it should look like. I lived under that for many years, found my satisfaction backstage and then making other women look great. But then the journey hit me face on at age 40 and said, you're doing this. So with young children, business owner, comfortable in my flats, it arrested me.
Yes.
But it ignited a dream that was still there.
Yes.
And dusted that off, and this was my moment. So I always say, when there's the purpose and that moment that collide.
Yes.
Wow, that's when the next thing unfolds.
Yeah.
And it was completely intimidating to step into that arena, Margaret, at that age.
And especially in the bikini, walking up and down. Those of you, when I know if I say, will you enter Mrs. South Africa, the first thing they say, I'm not walking up and down in a bikini.
Right.
But if you've got that confidence, and I remember my friend Claudine, who started thinking she couldn't do it, and then suddenly she was out there with everybody, and and she absolutely...
Isn't it dynamite when you see those women? And I love that message. It's not about showing up and showing off in a costume. There's something that takes place when you step onto that stage and you step and you're fully you. You have to make peace with that. You have to decide,
this is me.
I'm showing up and I'm going to show my strength and my confidence. And something shifts for the rest of your life. So that is what Mrs. South Africa did to me.
Yes.
And it showed me now what my purpose was, and even a greater dynamic. I had to walk that journey first, so that I could then hand the baton to other women.
Oh, right.
And with all those insecurities, I actually represented the country. I was at Mrs. Universe.
Yes.
So as the first princess, that was the next level.
Yes.
You know, as a young girl, watching Miss Universe on stage, and I'm like, I don't fit this. That was the next level.
Yes.
Again, to look in the mirror and decide, either I'm enough. We'll fake it till we make it. We'll get the heels, the lash, we'll do that. But the essence of me, I'm going to show up and I'm going to make the most of that opportunity.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Yes.
I love being backstage in that moment.
Okay.
These women from around the world, 92 countries.
Wow.
And the national costumes. I mean, I was running around. I did several of the girls' makeup. I was there just in this moment.
That's so fantastic.
It's my passion.
And tell me, your outfits for the Mrs. Universe competition, did you choose them or did you have designers make them? Did you like them? I'm always worried they say, we're going to donate this dress to you. What if I don't like it? Because I'm very conscious of clothes and I've got to feel good in my clothes. If I feel good, then I'm good. But if I don't feel good in it, I can't do this.
So I don't know, we'll start with the national costume. That's always, it is, because it's showing up. And my hat actually disappeared.
No.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, no.
So that was just threw me, but you adapt. But with the Mrs. South Africa brand, they're incredible designers that align and they know how to fit a body and a form and they take the whole picture in. So I felt like a queen.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. It was beautiful. And represent your country.
Yes.
To stand with that flag and it's quite a moment.
It is.
I was there, but you there and you know you're there.
Now tell me, you're a businesswoman now as well, because you had to, it's all very well doing the makeup, but you had to turn it into a business.
Yes.
How did you learn about the business? Because you didn't have business training, you just learned the hard way. How did you manage that?
Yeah, I wish I'd had some mentoring back then. I'm quite unique in my family in that from the youngest age, I have just been like a dog with a bone. It's this tenacity in me.
Yeah.
And it has been my greatest gift. Whatever I set my eye to, I don't relent until I see the end result. And it often starts with the visual.
Yeah.
I see myself in a moment, I visualize, and then I work backwards.
Yes.
And so I've always, when I now coach and mentor young girls who do work experience, I say to them, is there something, do you feel this passion in you?
We call it the fire in your belly,
Right. I'm not interested if that's not there. If I don't see that glint in your eye, if you're not completely obsessed with the world of makeup, you're wasting your time.
Absolutely.
But that started this journey. So it's passion that was my fuel.
Yeah.
Learning lots of mistakes along the way.
Yes.
But coming full circle, I lost a bit of confidence as my different business ventures took off. COVID impacted our retail stores. You lose confidence because you're working with terrain that you don't know. But my gut, I've come back fully to just listening here. Even at the moment, I'm in a business negotiation and I'm letting that lead me.
Yes.
And I think
as women, we got to listen to our gut because it's just so real.
It's a powerful tool. And I had a brief conversation actually with at Emperor's Palace with one of the MDs, founding MDs. It was like the mentoring session of my life.
Oh, really?
I stood obsessed with every word they were saying. And he said, the biggest decisions that they've made in business are sitting across the table with someone. They look at the forecast, but how do you feel when you're sitting in a room having a conversation?
That's one thing AI can never take away, hey, that feeling of other people's energy. Because at the moment, I'm feeling of your energy, you're feeling of my energy, and people have energy. And people need people. Right. You cannot do it on your own. You need the people. You need to be able to see people and mix with people. And especially as you get older, girls, you have to have friends. Yes, you've got to have really good friends who are really honest with you. Some can be brutally honest. And and you just need those friends to just be there supporting you all the time.
Tribe, the sisterhood.
Yes.
Sister Queens.
Yes.
True story.
Yes, it's so true. And that's what I love about Mr. South Africa. The big, people say, what's the best thing about it?
Yes.
Say the sisterhood. It is just incredible.
I've met some of my best friends and they've backed me.
I mean,
they've backed my dreams.
Yeah.
And there are 3 women in particular who, you know, you say you support someone, but when it costs them a little bit in time and resource and finances, I have been overwhelmed with the incredible women who've been added into my circle.
Yeah.
So I was serving them as a mentor and running around them.
And then it all
and
comes
then
back.
Right? So that's been such a gift. And I want to retain that.
Yes.
I'm building now to keep women in my space.
Yes.
So I'm a lead from the front. I know my style of leadership. But I now desire to do it in team more than ever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to work as a team. Now tell us about your new venture with Mrs. And I don't know where to pronounce it, Mrs. Curvey. How do I pronounce it?
Exactly that.
Yeah. So tell us how that came about.
So one step through the next 12 years, playing my part in Mrs. South Africa as a title holder, mentor, judge, fully immersed because I didn't want to ever leave that space.
Yes.
I then ended up supporting one of the ladies at her journey in China, Mrs. Globe.
Okay.
And I was then introduced to that team, and through just a conversation, this opportunity arose.
Wow.
And I was awarded the national license for Mrs. Curvey Globe.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
It was tricky for me in the beginning. I was like, I don't resonate with that brand. I feel disqualified. Again, this disqualification story, every time I'm about to elevate, it comes cold face and it almost takes me out. And again, I had to make peace. Either I'm enough, just as my little frame, I don't identify with curvaceous.
Yes.
Am I even qualified for this?
What do you have to do to enter Mrs. Curvey?
So it's a beautiful platform. It's for married, divorced women or mothers. Your clothing size is part of the criteria. Size 12 to 22.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And ages 28 to 55.
Okay.
So it's a beautiful, broad, inclusive platform.
Yeah.
But you know what, Margaret? After 2 years of running the program, it's not even limited to a clothing size. And this is what's exciting.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing the women that are feeling, hang on, there's a space for me. So the fact that you can be divorced, that's huge.
Yeah.
Because a lot of women, that stops them in their tracks.
Yeah.
And then a clothing size, that just has disqualified you typically from this arena of beauty, fashion, modeling.
Yes.
Stand aside.
Yeah.
So even in that space now, I'm seeing the stories that are arriving in the room.
Right.
And they are goosebumps.
Oh, really?
So this is my new terrain. I'm championing, awarding and affording women space to bring their story. We want real, we want authentic. And my one tagline that I live by, you're always enough and you're never too much.
Okay. Yes.
So we get the enough part in South Africa. We're there, we're talking that. Women have a space now.
Yeah.
But when you're a little bit too much, there's still in the corner, keep quiet. Don't show up too loud. Don't be too. I feel that.
Yeah.
And so I do feel the cause. So as much as it's a pageant, it's packaged as that. It's a life-changing, not feminist movement, feminine power movement.
But it's something to grow yourself as a human being. Of course. Grow yourself and just to know that you are enough, you know. But it's my favorite quote out of Michelle Obama's book, Becoming, is, you know, you are evolving, you continually evolving. You've never actually arrived. You are always there to grow and grow and grow. The woman you are becoming is the woman you're going to be. obviously you've transformed thousands of faces in your life. When you look at a face, where do you actually start?
So I love doing a little bit of a style analysis.
Yeah.
And when I used to train my staff, that's the X factor. You've got to read and meet them where they're at first.
Yeah.
Obviously understand the occasion. Photo shoot, wedding, bride, matric dance.
Yeah.
And then consider the dimension.
Right.
So before Kim Kardashian, before you were a contouring girl, I was. It's the dimension of the bone structure, and I think that's always what's also set my makeup apart. I'm not just throwing a look onto the bones. I'm naturally carving out. I'm enhancing dimension, bringing beautiful shape, and effectively minimizing those areas that are a little bit too prominent. Bringing other areas that are kind of lost in translation to the fore. Ultimately, every face just completely transforms and looks their best version. So that's how I approach makeup. And when I teach, that's what I share with my students. We get to the color, we get to the lashes, but let's work these bones. And this is all we've got, girls. Now we're going to work. And wow. When I look at photographs, you know, in the context, you can see the face that has been professionally enhanced. They literally come forward.
Oh, really?
Best app you could have. It's the,
oh my God.
Yeah, aren't you excited? We need to get the. But you know,
so what is one makeup sort of thing that people do that you really can't forgive? You say, but to me it's like bushy, unplucked eyebrows. You know, to me that's. What is the thing that for you?
I think it's that idea of concealing under their eyes. So it's one of the biggest concerns of most women is trying to minimize that.
And the more you try and minimize it, the more you maximize it, you know. What you focus on expands.
Packing it on so that caking and then not quite targeting that inner eye. So when I sit and I'll say to a lady, where is your concern? They always point under the eye. But when I show them, it's not where the shadow is. It's that inner reset. Shift your concealer up into that area, really target there. Don't worry about underneath. And then that instantly takes 15 years off. It brightens and lightens. We can look tired, ladies. We out there serving, but you don't have to show up and live to that narrative. You can change it up.
But don't you feel that when your makeup is done, you just feel so more confident? And how do you give people that confidence? Or does it come naturally when you put their makeup on that they start to become more confident?
Yeah, I literally see body shape change. They literally do that. And my business name, Make Up Your Mind, hinges so strongly around that concept where when you feel it, and now it's the trend word, mindfulness. So I do a lot of workshops, Makeup Your Mind, and I bring in life coaches, neuro-linguistics coaches. We work with the mind as well, because it's your perception. And I love also, as I said earlier, allowing a lady just to explore a different version of herself. Don't worry, we don't have to lift the liner.
They put this mask around themselves. This is what I think people want me to be, but the real them is inside. And a husband's voice is loud, your children's voice, your mother's voice. The psychology, I could write a book on this. And I often, when I see a bridal couple come in, the mom and the daughter, true story, 99% of the time, the mom will be glam, chic on point, and then you've got the hippie vibe daughter. It's a mystery to the point where I've like, there's something in this. My mom, most beautiful, graceful woman, barely wore makeup. And then you've got this girl from age 4 clunking around in high heels and lipstick. I mean, so I've seen this beautiful play, and where then almost the daughter will get stuck. If the mom is too much of a glam queen, she doesn't want to compete. She doesn't want to compete.
And then, in as much as if she's been plain and underplayed herself, the daughter has gone on a mission to not be stuck in that narrative. So interesting, isn't it?
It is. I love it.
But quieten all those voices and let's actually fully explore. Who are you? Who could you be? Lipstick could change your life.
Now, you've worked in all sorts of places like X Factor and all the different... Tell us about all those different places that you've worked with people and with makeup.
Wow. Backstage, I love that energy, Margaret. And I've been on pageants and incredible... I was the head of makeup for X Factor for 6 months.
Oh, wow.
In South Africa.
Gosh.
Worked with incredible artists, John Legend got to powder his nose. I mean, that powder brush, it takes you places and spaces. 9-foot rugby players, when they see me coming for them, it's amazing. So it's beautiful how this has connected me, and I've learned so much. I observe. One of my other successes or points of success is, yes, you've never arrived. So I also say with my students, you might know a lot, but just open yourself. Keep evolving. You will always be learning. And in spaces where you're dealing with this incredible array of people, I appreciate them. The business woman, the rape survivor, the rugby player who's out, like, I love people. I love their stories. And I hold space for that. I'm not arriving me in the space in the moment. So I think those are qualities where I keep on being invited into spaces because I'm there to learn and receive as well.
How do your children see you? Do they see you as the makeup artist or as the businesswoman or just the mom? How do you think that they perceive you?
Oh, that's a good question. My daughter completely, I had a crew at home when I was on my Mrs. South Africa journey. Had the hair done, the flowers, the cake and tea ready. I was going to have an interview. And my daughter at the time was 7. She's now 17. She would have been 6. She's now 17. And they walk and say, oh, your mom's doing Mrs. South Africa. And she says, I hate my mom doing Mrs. South Africa. I was like, I'm referring to that though, because in the moment, they had to share me a little bit more. That never feels good. But you learn strategy. Mom's traveling. What would you like when I come back? It's okay. I'm not bribery. And they were the first ones jumping into every goodie bag that I bought in that door. You've got to show them and replicate what's outside beyond those 4 doors. And so I've been fortunate. My husband's been my biggest support. He's afforded me wind behind my wing to run at my dreams. And I really believe that my connection with my children is so strong. And they see me fully in all my facets. Because I've allowed them into my journey. I've not kept it separate. My daughter's come on weddings with me. She's been washing my brushes from age 8. And I loved, you know, when you see their little pamphlets that come home from school where they have to write about the mom and the dad. And I don't know where my husband's the one who drinks water and eats salad, and I won't let you know what was on that piece of paper. Totally skewed perception. But they do see me. And I've seen orals that have been written about me, my daughter's role model. You know, you find it in their books. You don't know. And I know they see me, and I know that the value I've imparted in them, I feel comfortable with the balance. I don't apologize.
Children. So if you brought up really well-behaved, good children, I think that is a real win. Okay, to the young makeup artists out there, there are girls sitting there and, oh, I love makeup. And I know with my daughter, who was extremely clever at school, and she said, I want to go and do a makeup course. And I said, are you crazy? Put so much effort into it. I put you in a private school and you want to be a makeup artist? She said, that's what I want to do. And she went. I said, you'll go on one condition, that you finish the course. And she went, she finished the course. She never worked as a makeup artist for one day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Never. So, but to the girls who think, this is what I really want to do, what are you going to say to them? Because it's hard work. You know, they think it's glamorous. You just do a little paint here and there. It is hard work. What are you going to say to those girls out there that are watching?
First thing, do you like people?
It's
the idea of the industry, but you're working, as we've said, real human living people, personality,
and one-on-one
drama, all sorts. So grounded. Are you grounded? Your worldview? Do you understand that it's a role of serving? Don't come in there demanding. No drama queens allowed here. And then that passion, that fire. Because you can learn. You can always learn the skills. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. But that tenacity and that drive and that eagerness to learn and to serve
and to work hard, long hours,
that will carve your industry. Absolutely.
When it's all said and done, you've got a woman who's out there trying to be invisible. And I see it all the time. Women trying to be invisible. They wear big clothes. They put their hair over their faces. They come in trying not to look you in the eye. That woman's trying to be invisible. And I say every woman should be out there and be visible. How do you deal with somebody like that?
So that's come because of those loud voices at some point in their life.
Yes, somebody saying,
too
you're
much,
not good enough. Yeah.
Can't conform, whatever it could, father that never evoked femininity in his daughter, mother who was in competition with it. Who knows what's caused that shrinking back?
Yes.
But I firmly believe, and I believe I can say this wholeheartedly, it sits there in every woman.
Yeah.
Of course there's that desire, there's the dream to be beautiful, and to be known, and to be seen, and to be captivated, and
captivating as well.
Captivated. Captivating is a better version. And even if that means just a little bit of a tinted bronzer, a little bit of lip gloss, we're not going for full-on masking, but we're just saying to
enhance,
allow yourself to be seen. And so besides the makeup, there's the whole course. We want to run a teenage and women's course where I take normal women on an 8-week journey, put them through their paces, push them out their comfort zone, body shape, what are the right sunglasses, neckline, earrings, the basics. Wow. And then we have a proper little fashion show graduation. And like this, look at me. I'm like, I just want to do this all day long, because when I see those women and they've come in, many of them going through divorces, breast cancer survivors, just midlife crisis. And you say, just look at this lipstick. Look what it does to your eyes. They're instantly like, oh, wow. It is life-changing. It is so simple. It's not rocket science, but it changes one woman at a time. And the world is a better place as every woman is given the space to be fully heard.
When all is said and done, and I always say, if you leave a legacy, it's not what you leave to someone, it's what you leave in someone. How do you see yourself leaving a legacy going forward?
So my next season, the next 10, God willing, 20 years, is about building a substantial business across South Africa that equips and multiplies a business concept where women can earn a living. And so it's that multiplication for me for the next 20 odd years. So I'm structuring my business currently to multiply. It's always been the Aldytha show. It's needed to be the Aldytha show. I'm not going to shrink back from that. It's been part of the journey. But now packaging that, because I see the value. And putting a proper business plan and structure where I can equip other women to sustain themselves with their own
as
small
a makeup
business.
artist, doing the makeup,
owning a course that they can host, opportunity with my Mrs. Globe license. I've got a feminine boss license from the USA, and that's a business networking. How fabulous. So it connects you in, you can be a chapter director in a province, you can build your tribe, and then it feeds into this beautiful network where we keep connecting. So that is what I'm on about. That is my next level.
That's my philosophy as well with my entrepreneurs. I teach one woman, she has to teach 4, and those 4 teach another. So, and all of you know that my goal is to have every woman in this country financially independent, because a financially independent woman can make her own choices. And that's what this is all about. It's teaching you how to go ahead, giving you different ideas of how you can go ahead to make sure that you are financially independent, that you're not reliant on anybody, that you can feed your children, clothe your children, you can own your own home, pay for your own car, and still have money in the bank. So Aldytha, thank you so much for being on the show today. It's been so lovely having you. And I just hope we've inspired these women out there to know that they can be the best that they can be. A little bit of makeup goes a long way, girls. And I love an old saying which I found in an old book. It said, little pots of powder, little dabs of paint, how to make a plain girl look like what she ate. And I hope that's you.
I love that. That is so scary.